What's up, everybody? This is your boy Busy Blue, and since my hood friends won't let me be great, here is a recap of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 2. Love and Hip Hop is one of those TV shows that, you just know your credit score is going down watching it. And it frustrates me because inside of me, I have to see it. When you tell people you watch Real Housewives, they're like, what? And you be like, yeah, it's just a guilty pleasure. But then what do you say when you say love it? It's like saying you like the bad girls. Anyway, so let's get into it. So first we start off with Ray J meeting with, I'm going to be looking over, let me move these over here. We meet up with Ray J, A1, and Safari meeting up. And they're talking about, Ray J's talking about wanting to have a baby. He really wants to have a baby with Princess. It's about that time. But they've been trying, and it's not working. So he's trying to figure out what's wrong. So they make a bet that they can go to a sperm doctor and see, who has a low sperm count. Whoever has the lowest sperm count, they have to do a song with Hazel E. Sorry, I be watching so many reviews that I start to pick up on the name. Hazel E. And apparently nobody wants to work with her. So hopefully that doesn't go into it. I think this is something that's really good to talk about. Sometimes they give little glimpse of things that we definitely need to talk about in the community and the way that you're living life. In all these songs now, they popping purple sacks. So and Molly's and stuff like that. Shout out to the Chrissy Show. So you got to be careful about this lifestyle, because then when you get older, when it's time for you to actually produce and have kids and stuff, you can't do it. We move for that scene and we see Bobby and Brooke talking about and Brooke talking about their lives and what's going on. They were giving me real close, and I know how friends be, and I do some real me and my female friends, we be real close, but not this close. Like we'll get dressed in front of each other, but they were just, I don't know, I don't want to say I'm reading too much into it because I'm just seeing what they gave me. But anyway, they said they know each other from their H-Town days, so that's why they're so close, and they really do care about each other. So they're trying to give each other some advice. Even how they were talking about their relationship stuff that was going on, it just seemed really, I don't know, am I reading too much into it? Tell me y'all didn't see that too. But anyway, Booby, she's asking him, Brooke is asking Booby hey, what's going on with you? Are you starting to go back into basketball? He's talking to him, I got some stuff lined up, maybe overseas. We'll see what's going on. And then she rubbing his arm oh, you going to leave? And then Brooke starts talking about the problems that she's having with Marcus, and basically saying how, things were good until I found out from his mom that he's not divorced. And that really hurt me. I thought this was somebody that I trust and wanted to be with, and his confessional, Booby's yo, if he's gonna F this up, then he's crazy. She is such an amazing woman, and he knew what type of jewel and person he had. He would be running down y'all talk about y'all friends like this? I know it can't be made. It just, the whole scene made me feel uncomfortable. And the way she was gazing into his eyes and looking to the side yes, speak. It just, I don't know. Anyway, they start, because even her confession, I know he made some mistakes, but he's the homie and he'll never do. They fucked, right? There's no way they didn't have sex after that scene. It just looked and cut to the bedroom. Okay, we move on from there, and then we go into Moniece and her, mixed family that she has on the beach with all her friends. That wig that she had on in the confessional, now I'm not a hairologist or a wig, anything, but didn't it look real choppy? It looked like, it just, something about it was off to me. And I like Moniece. Moniece is one of my favorite characters. But, they're looking at the family, her girlfriend's throwing, a ball with her son, and it just looks really happy, and her friends are looking at it saying, oh, different strokes, and they're such a great family. How do you talk about this to your kid. She says she's talked about it like preference. I like to wear this type of stuff, and our roommate likes to wear this type of stuff. And I guess as he gets older in the progression of their relationship, she'll start to give more details. We'll see how that goes. I think that's an interesting way to relate it to someone who's 7 years old. I don't think there's a picture perfect way to talk about same-sex relations or whatever with a child. So we'll see. After that, Moniece decides she wants to start to tell Masika about Alexis being in town and that she came to the karaoke night. That's when, Masika got up and she's ready to leave. And she's talking something, let me know when y'all done talking about that slut. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Masika sleep with Alexis, man? How she a slut? I just didn't understand how that. Let me know when y'all finish talking about that slut. The person's man you slept with in the studio? I don't. Anyway, she gets up and she's like, I don't want to talk about her today. I'm just done with that. Moniece is like, yo, you just got to confront her. Moniece is good at confronting. So she's like, yo, I'm only saying this so that you can, if the girl's in town, she's going to be around us. You need to confront. Production told me that I need to say something, so you need to confront her. Anyway, Masika wasn't having it. She left, and Moniece was like, look, the bitch needed to say something to her because I'm over it. So going to the next scene, Marcus and Brooke are sitting down. He has a paralegal, and the paperwork is finalized. He said in his confession, like, I thought the paperwork was finalized, but I guess it wasn't. What did he sign? I mean, I've never gotten a divorce. I mean, but at least one piece of paper had to say, like, this is the, or his lawyer has said this is. I just don't understand it. What the fuck was he thinking he was? He must have just pushed I agree with the iPhone, updates. Like, what did he think he was signing? I don't know. But that was good. Congrats. I was happy for her. She really wanted this relationship to work. So now he's divorced and they can start moving on with their relationship. We move on from that scene to Keisha Cole meeting with Too Short. Y'all, I used to love Too Short. I should not have been listening to this type of music, and I don't think my mom knew I was listening to it. But I loved Too Short. All his songs and his music. But they met over drinks and started talking about how he met Keisha. He said he met her at the barbershop, and she just had a grind in her that was just so fierce and so forceful that he knew she was going to make it. And that's how he always sees her. They start talking about how they're really good at co-parenting, and even though the relationship's not working, co-parenting is something that they're really good at. I wish more relationships would work like that, and I wish they would dive a little bit more into that and not the destruction. Because it looks like they're co-parenting and still being civil and amicable with each other. Unlike I think Moniece and Fizz, they were co-parenting, but they still had just like issues. So that's something I think that also needs to be shown in like the African American community, because I just know a lot of people who are co-parenting, and it's just like this is not how you do it. But anyway, I'm talking about that. Then she says, he's living with me, so now I need to start thinking about Too Short say, who's living where? Who's living who? Excuse me? You said what? Excuse me, better. You said what? She was so lost. Like, yeah, he's living with me. We're living together, but it's the best decision for the child. They're taking notes from, Real Housewives of Potomac, saying clearly, making sure that it's time for us to live together to help us out with this relationship. This must be a new thing in reality shows. I've never seen it before in real life. Have you guys? Maybe people do it. I just don't know those people. I don't know. But anyway, she's saying that she's ready to move on. She wants to have a relationship. She wants to get married. And in order to do that, she has to start up. So she's going to have this awkward conversation with Booby just to, make sure that, he understands that it's time for us to get this stuff settled so that I can move on with my life. So the next scene starts off with Safari saying, dog, I'm ready to jack. They are at the fertility clinic, and they're trying to make sure that their sperm is alright. Ray J saying that he wants to make sure that his is, you know, OJ, Tropicana Orange J at his best. I'm assuming he means with, you know, all Pope. A1 brings his wife, and she thought that they were going out to dinner in the daytime, but he said he was going to feed her. I'm thinking, she's like, well, where are we? Was she blindfolded when they came? Maybe the office doesn't say, you know, fertility clinic. I don't know. But she's like, well, where were we? Did he like say, got a surprise for you? I don't know how I don't know. Then she told us, I'm going to tell everybody. These cameras won't. We already on TV. I think people are going to know. But anyway, they're talking about why they're there and making sure there's something important. Safari was just really excited to go into this clinic and to get this nut out. I don't know what he thought was about to be behind the door once he got past the first door, but he was hyped. So the next scene is Zell and Alexis. Question. Do y'all go, okay, so I know you don't, you're not, if you're friends with someone already and your friend don't like them, it's like, yo, then, I'm sorry. Like, this is already, it's still my friend, y'all got beef, but I can't be in the middle of it. But do you go out and have lunch with the people that your friends are enemies with? I just found that to be weird. And I'm always point out what the fuck is not, what's not real life. Because Mona's just sometimes it's like, and there's more of it coming up. So apparently they had a fight in the first episode, and they're just apologizing for that and want to make sure that things are good. Y'all, don't Alexis look like if Little Kim's surgeries and skin bleaching, my God, all went correctly, you would have Alexis. Say I'm telling a lie. I feel like if everything that Lil Kim really wanted came into fruition, and now she's not looking like, you know, the Tiger Lady, she would be looking like Alexis. That's what Alexis reminds me of. But anyway, they're talking, trying to, you know, bury the hatchet, saying, you know, I'm sorry about what happened. I don't really like Zell. I don't know what it is about him. He reminds me of the dirty kids from the hood that, like, always wanted your juice and chips and stuff when you're at the park. Like, oh, let me get some. You can't open up snacks and stuff around. That's who he reminds me of. And he just, I mean, I know it's a Love and Hip Hop prerequisite, but he's just so extra in his jacket, and it's just a lot, and just something ain't fitting to get, my calculations are off. Something ain't just, it's not right, and I don't like it. But he's saying, you know, I'm gonna try to do something. Since we can bury the hatchet, I want to make sure that my friends can bury the hatchet too. So I'm gonna see if I can get y'all together so y'all can talk or whatever. You know, productions told me in my notes, like, to make sure that I got y'all together. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna sit down with them. Moving on from that, we have Chanel West Coast, the girl from Ridiculousness. I've never really truly like sat down and be like, oh, y'all, Ridiculousness coming on, hold on, like, and watch the show. Sometimes it's just like nothing's on, and then that's when I turn on Ridiculousness, or I turn on the channels and it's on. This girl is not that girl. Y'all know how Miley Cyrus was so black and all of this stuff, now she white, or how Justin Timberlake turn it on, turn it off. That's what Chanel doing. I have never seen the episode of Ridiculousness where she was giving me so much urban, you know, hip hop swag that she was giving today. She was always giving me white girl, oh my shirt, oh, like that. Nothing was ever, oh, she rapped too. I just didn't. Appropriation is best. Anyway, she talked about she was having a single release party for her single Counting. She was giving me old Nicki Minaj rhymes, just with, you know, the Great Value version. Anyways, they went there. Nicki Baby shows up. She has her friends with her. Nicki Baby comes into Chanel like, yo, I didn't know you were doing music. I guess, she went with her brother to prom, so they go way back. As she looks, she's like, you know, I know somebody I want to hook you up with. Apparently Chanel West Coast had been working with Young Money, and then she got kind of put on the back burner. Shit, Lil Wayne worried about his own career. You think he's trying to worry about Catlin chips, okay, bagging chips, Frito-Lay? You know, he got to worry about whether or not he gonna die every day because of Birdman. And she said her ultimate goal is to get a Grammy. Now, I don't do the rap thing. That's not my thing. It's not my zhuzh. Is that a goal of rappers? I never heard it like that. I know. I didn't. Did Kanye West come to? Does he come to a lot of the Grammy shows? Is that a goal of rappers? I mean, I'm assuming it's a goal for musicians, but I never heard rappers talk about it like that. Like, yo, I gotta get a Grammy. I want to make sure that I get a Grammy. Is that a goal for them? Because it's a goal for her. Is it because she white? Moving on. Then we go and we meet with this girl Jade. She's one of Chanel West Coast friends, and they're like, "Hey, what happened with you? Weren't you dating Rich Dollar?" But she's like, "Yeah, but that didn't really go out well because Monique came and kind of ruined that." And I remember when Rich Dollar and Monique were dating each other and the whole Mama Crazy situation or whatever. They're like, "Oh, well, are you in a relationship now?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm dating someone, but I'm dating someone that's legally married." Mona, you're wrong. Do y'all introduce people like that? The way that they tell people to say shit, it's like, that's not how people talk in real life. Oh, you dating someone? Yeah, I am dating someone, but they got somebody on the side. Because you don't want to look down at. You don't want people to judge you or look down at you, because now she got to start explaining. Oh, no, I was helping him finalize the divorce papers, and apparently the divorce went a little bit too, divorce paper settlement, whatever. I don't understand what she's doing as a parent. Moving on. So she's like, yeah, but now it's all settled, and now we're trying to work in our relationship. Now, Lyrica, who's, they're like, well, what is his name? Oh, his name is Marcus. And Lyrica's like, oh, because Lyrica is apparently friends with Brooke Valentine. And she's like, oh, so he doesn't have anyone else? It's just the ex-wife and that's it? She's like, yeah. Wouldn't that have been a time for Lyrica to be like, oh, I know someone else who's dating him? Mona, you're wrong. That scene was I guess real, but so scripted. Because that's the time where Lyrica could have been like, oh, I know somebody else is dating. My girl, Brooke is dating the same. Are you sure it's Marcus? What? Wow, okay. But I guess if you just want to take in the tea and wait, I don't know. I would have been like, yo, I know somebody who's dating. Anyway, we go to the next scene. It is Keisha talking to Booby, and she's basically telling him what she said what she told Too Short and them, like, hey, we got to make sure that we finalizing this divorce and stuff. Booby's telling her how grateful he is for letting him stay with her for all this time and just being so amazing, even though he wasn't. She starts to get emotional and cry, and knowing what we know from Keisha, her previous shows, just people giving her that love and that gratitude and really showing that affection is something that's gonna touch her a lot. So I can see why she started crying and got emotional. After that, Booby was like, so this whole, I got, me thinking, do I have to be out tomorrow? Because, I don't have a place to stay. Are you cooking me out now? Like, he was worried. You could tell that he was worried. But she's like, no, take your time. Do what you got to do. Whatever. I thought it was a nice little scene, and Keisha got emotional. So it looks like, again, they're continuously being able to work this out and move past it. Now we go to Nikki Baby. I don't know. I couldn't remember the Nikki Baby's name, so on my notes I kept putting Pink because she just looked like if you touch her too hard, she gonna pop. We meet with Nikki Baby and Safari. They're eating food. He's telling her like, "Ooh, you look so good." She looks like a blow up doll. I don't get her appeal. Ugh. I just don't. Her features are manufacturally cute, but so is Barbie's. And I don't want to fuck a Barbie. Anyway, she's saying that she has somebody that she wants to meet, so she brings Chanel West Coast. Wasn't Safari on? I feel like I saw Safari on Ridiculousness once. This is about, oh, nice to meet you or whatever. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw him on that show one time. This ain't no nice to meet you. Y'all have seen each other before. Anyway, she's like, well, hey, Nikki's like, I wanted y'all to meet because you've helped a lot of people with their careers. Was she trying to talk about Nicki Minaj, but not say it? Because she didn't want to get her ass? Oh, I want to say her ass beat because I don't know Nicki Minaj. I felt like she was talking about Nicki, though, in that setting. But he's grateful for the compliment. He's like, yo, if I had this money on the table and told you to write a song about this bread, which looked real good, by the way, what would you be able to do? And she's like, I'll be able to write a song about it. He did something. I don't know what you want to call it, freestyle and I don't know. It was a mess. But he said he'll work with her. He also said that, look, if you want to perform, I'm having a coconut oil release party. This is another problem that I have about Love and Hip Hop and some of these reality shows. Y'all don't need a release party for every. I remember I have a friend who don't be mad at me, friend, but who was just about to unveil a website and only had one blog that they was about to put out on the website, and not a lot of people knew. They were about to buy a big more. Y'all know how much it costs to create a blog? Probably like $20 a month if you want to make sure that you have a really legitimate site and the email address and stuff like that. Maybe $20 a month. They about to buy a venue, get caterers, balloons, people to come here, photographers and stuff. Spending hundreds of dollars on this $20 site to talk about we had to have a release. You don't need a release party for everything you do. Everything don't gain or garner a release party. And what we about to do with this coconut oil release party? What the fuck what the Jackie Christie is going on? Anyway, he asked her if she wants to perform at the release party. She said, yeah, I'll do it. And that's it. Moving on. Lyrica, I can't remember the other girl's name that was there, but I know she's like a regular on the cast. And Brooke, they meet up. And this is when Brooke is telling Lyrica, and everybody else about how, Marcus wasn't divorced, but now we're going to a right spot because now he's divorced and he's getting stuff together and we're really about to make this work. And Lyrica's like, girl, nah. I mean, this is good until I tell you what I gotta tell you. So that's when Lyrica's like, okay, so you remember that cute story you just told us, girl? He doing you wrong, Ellie Long. Basically, I was just at this party for this white girl who acts black sometimes, and her best friend was there, and she said that, she dating this man, and the man was your man, okay, like Tamar Braxton. And she was like, are you sure? Yes, girl. She said, let me show you the picture of her. So she put up a picture of her. Like, that matters, what the girl looked like. Your man's cheating. And so then Brooks in her confession, they're like, I can't believe he dating with an Insta-third. You don't even know this girl. She's a paralegal. She's a professional. So, she's like, well, I gotta meet her and we gotta see what's going on. Already upset, you don't even know what's going on. Lyrica could have been like, well, the girl did say it was the only person, so I'm not sure if he knows or he's telling both of y'all, da-da-da-da. But no, she wouldn't let Brooke get boasted up. So, women, I just hate girls who men be cheating on them and they want to fight the other girl. Unless she know that moving on. The next thing we go to is Safari, A1, and Ray J. They go to see the results of who got the lowest sperm count. Now, this scene frustrated me so much because remember in the beginning of this review, I was telling you how we need to talk about this stuff and the lifestyle that you live and how it could affect you. And they just did not take it as seriously as I wanted them to. So they're going from highest to lowest, and A1 has the highest with 75 million. Apparently, 15 million is good. Second place was Safari. Second place. The best nut. Safari was in second with 43 million sperm count, and then Ray J had 9 million, which is under the 15 million. And knowing that this could have been a very, deep and important conversation for males to have about their lifestyle and what can I do to change up what was going on, and they kind of dabbed on a little bit, but not as much as they should have. The first thing that happens is A1 like, the most important thing is trying to find a studio. Nah, nigga, the most important thing is for him to figure out why is his sperm count so low? What can he do? What has he been doing? What things are going to lower it? It's people out here who need this advice, who need this information, and they just did not take it seriously as possible. Anyway, the doctor is basically saying, he needs a lifestyle change. You need to stop smoking, you need to stop drinking, you need to stop doing these things. that are harming your lifestyle. And we could have just dove into that so much, and it just frustrated me that we didn't. That scene's over, thank God. The last scene that we had to talk about, that we had to see, was Zell and Masika meeting, and Zell was nervous. First of all, I loved that jacket that Dirty Boy Zell had on. I just loved it. I loved everything about it. I don't know if I'll be able to rock it, but I really, really did love it. You could tell he's nervous because she's like, well, what you got to tell me, because your whole teeth is showing, your whole mouth is showing, that means. And he's like, well, you know how I and when and I just got first of all, you know we friends, right? You know we go way back, right? So he was just really tiptoeing around it. All he had to do was say Alexis, and him and Masika go, no, I'm done. Y'all fucking with my child? What in the Jackie Chris? How? I just didn't understand how did she think we not gonna talk about it? And what does she have going on that we are gonna talk about? She doesn't want to talk to her. She doesn't want to meet with her. She's done with it. She starts breaking the fourth wall. You see in camera crew, she throwing cups and stuff at the camera crew. Yo, shout out to the production, because I would have had to put my camera down and slap the shit out of her once. Bitch, that water hit me. Okay, resume. But she yelling at them, give me my phone, give me my purse. Do they hand that stuff over during the... And why did Alexis have her? She could throw the... Anyway, she's, give me my phone, give me my purse. I can't believe y'all told y'all stop playing with me, this and that. And she's saying all of this and starts to get mad as hell. If you know production is the one who's behind this, so you be like, look, I'm not going to be mad at you. I know they keep... Y'all need to stop. Like, yo, let's go. Let's not do this. But now she yelling at him. You trying to play me, this and that. You first season, da-da-da-da-da. So she walking away with her heels were dirty. You know, she had, I don't know if she sat on something black or they just painted or what, but they was looking nasty. And now they're fighting over it just didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. We'll see. Next episode looks like it's going to be good. I'm excited about that. This is my first review of any Ratchet television show, so y'all tell me how it took a lot out of me. I don't know how reviewers do this all the time. This takes a lot of energy. It's exhausting. It's draining. Now I know how Forrest Rocks feels when she's reviewing Basketball Wives. Anyway, this is Busy Blue. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to keep this up since this is the beginning of the season. I'm about to watch Basketball Wives. I'm not going to review that because the season's almost over, but I truly do love Basketball Wives. I thank you guys for watching. To all my white followers, I'm so sorry, but my hood friends just won't let me be great. Until next time, y'all.